G'day guys, my name's Josh. You can call me Woodle, and welcome back once again to 7 Days to Die Alpha 17, where I am back in Woodle Park, the testing world where everything has been built. It's starting to get a little bit crammed over here. I mean, I built labs out in an open field, and then slowly but surely just other stuff has been piling up around it. I'm starting to lose, I'm starting to run out of space over here a little bit, but I am back standing on top of my loot base because there was a couple of problems with the loot base that I didn't foresee when I actually made the episode, and I was running out of time, so I didn't get to further experiment and sort out or find and then sort out the issues. The biggest one being that zombies apparently sometimes don't like pathing over arrow slits, so you could use that to your advantage and make yourself a bridge into your base that the zombies don't use with arrow slits, but about 50% of the time they just get stuck at the end and start trying to climb the wall, which is why the walls are higher now, but also why I need to come back to this and redesign this a little bit better. There's been a couple of ideas in the comments suggesting better ways to have the loot in a more reachable position, all of which I have liked. So I am going to quickly test a couple of different methods that people have suggested, but also more importantly find a way that will get the zombies up here all the way along this path and not sometimes just decide they didn't want to do it. And the best way to test that out is all the way up there, all the way at the top of the world. So the issue was, and I didn't really realize it was an issue when I was editing the episode, and I was short for time, so I cut out the next set of horde that actually did run up onto the slots, is that sometimes the zombies just decided that yeah, nah, cheers, but no, I'm not going to run up on the arrow slits at all, and they try and find a different way around. I didn't think that that was a repeatable issue, but then you guys in the comments were all letting me know that that wasn't how it worked for you, so that's why hopefully these guys will show it. You guys are going to prove it to me? Yeah, okay, so look, sometimes, oh, they stop halfway. And she just falls off the edge. Okay, fair enough. Look, they kind of get halfway along, and then they're like, nah. For some reason, these blocks here don't count for them. I didn't notice them stop, because by the time I got to this point, I'd already killed them, like so. But that was the problem people were having. So, arrow slits, not good for this design. I need to find a better way. I've modified the platform in the sky testing ground so that I have a platform underneath to make sure that whenever zombie is running over the top, I can't fit under there. Oh, I guess I can. Okay, for some reason I got my head jammed in the little socket over here. But yeah, I want to make sure that whatever's running across the top doesn't actually come, find a different way down to come and fuck me up, and does actually run across the path up the top. Thank God I did do all of that testing down at your labs, because I know what blocks will and won't work for zombie pathing now. Like, for example, I know I can't use iron bars because they'll just go straight through that, and also, I mean, I don't use the iron bars very much because they're not symmetrical, right? I mean, they're the best zombie fall trap that I've ever made, but they don't line up, they don't even out, so it hurts my head a little bit. And that's the same with this. This is one of the ones that was suggested to me in the comments, having the wedges like this, which looks like it has potential, but it's just ugly. I mean, it's not even, it's all sloped to one side. I will have a wall running across here in the actual base I build with this, if I were to use this one, so the loot bags couldn't fall off the edge. But that just doesn't look good to me at all. Alright, whatever. But aside from the fact it doesn't look nice, let's spawn in some Arlenes. Okay, there's your AI button. Oh, that's the voice chat. Go underneath. Oh, wait, no. Don't go underneath. Get my sweet camera angles, because we've learnt now that we don't have to have the shit camera angles from down below. Okay, I'm down here. Ready, set, go. How are you gonna go, Arlene? You're gonna go, oh, well, one's on the outside. The other two have made it directly across. Oh, they seem to do that really well. They seem to really like that. That has potential. Okay, well now that I know that, just get rid of you guys. Was there another zombie somewhere? I don't think so. The other thing that I learned from the comments is that apparently I can spawn loot bags now. Can I drop loot container, empty loot bandit? What's an empty loot container bandit? Oh, it's the same thing. Okay, well, that's good news. It doesn't fall all the way through. Let's get a couple of these as well. Empty, oh, that's a different one. Why is there different ones? Okay, well, that one fell right off the edge. All right, let's put a couple in just here, just like this. There we go. Some of them fall through, some of them don't. That's okay. That's okay. What about these ones? I can still loot these ones. Oh, this has potential. A couple more tests with some Arlenes, because I'm not sure that Arlene can't force her way through here, but we'll see how we go. Oh, there it is. They've all come down. I knew it. I knew that it wasn't safe. If it gets a bit of a bank up at the other end, then they all come out and they all try and punch me in the face. That's kind of annoying. Okay, and a lot of them down here as well. Right. So, before I completely abandon this idea, is there a way... Actually, I've got to get rid of these ones. Is there a way for me to fix that last little bit? Is there a wedge tip that I can use to fix it. Because there are, let's finish the writing. Steel wedge. There are a bunch of options for the wedges. Steep, steep, steep. Maybe the steep is what I need. What about this one? If I use this one, will that fix it? What is the actual name of this block? Stainless steel wedge steep inside corner top. Gee, that's a mouthful and a half for a block name, isn't it? I put one of those at each end of the rows of wedges so you get that nice slopey goodness back up to the flat ground. So hopefully Arlene won't get stuck, because that seemed to be the problem there. I'm going to test this out and see if that works out any better than the last one did. But then, like, this seems to be working pretty well, but I'm not going to stop at just one good solution. I need to know if there's something that actually looks better that will do the job for me as well. Because this, I mean, while, you know, sometimes you got to have function over form, but why can't I have function and form? I want things to look nice as well as do the job for me. So get a bunch of them coming over. Nope, she still gets stuck. She still gets stuck. We almost had the perfect solution. Ow! But we didn't get, I shot the one behind her. I missed her twice. That was poor from me. So, yeah, it doesn't quite work perfectly. It'd probably work better if there was the wall on this side to keep them contained. So I'll keep this one in mind, but I want to see, actually maybe the first thing I might do is just flip these wedges around and see if they will opt to take, you know, running along the surface as opposed to dropping down through the center, because there will be a one block gap, and we'll see if that works out just as well. So I do remember from the test at your labs that if you had this kind of design, because I tried this chute design once, that they preferred to run along the outside on the wedge blocks. However, that was when I was standing like here. That's when I was actually on the same level as them, so they would run straight across and come meet me. I haven't tested it if I'm down below. So that's going to be interesting to see. I don't have a lot of faith in this because, I mean, listen, you can just go straight through. It's good. I mean, if this works, okay, imagine if you were like running away from a horde or something, like one of those dickbaggery like horde of roaming dogs shows up and bites you in the ass, and you're running away, you're running back to your base, and you can just like drop straight down here, and the dogs have to run over the top. If that's the case, this will be fucking fantastic. I've also built a little trapdoor over here because I can't be bothered like having to worry about them punching me and also having to clean up the mess afterwards, so they can just fall to their death. That's fine with me. So, without much more, let's go all the way out here. I've got my Arlene's. Let's get my camera sorted, just like here. Boop, straight through the middle. Okay, ready, set, go. Come on, Arlene. Are you gonna go through the middle? Oh, they did. They did. They're smart. They knew. They knew immediately someone over the other side. But I mean, the majority of them, 4 of them, came down the middle and punched me in the schnoz. Alright, that's very upsetting. So the symmetrical, oh, another one to throw down. The symmetrical nice looking wedges don't work. So there was another comment on the part 1 of the loot grinder base that said that because I used the railings like this, I left too much of a gap like here for the zombies to squeeze through. I mean, they're decaying, they're old, they're dead, there's not much left of them. We wouldn't, I mean, other than Tubby McTubberson, you wouldn't really call them, you know, podgy of any kind. So they can squeeze through there with ease and come and eat me. So they suggested that I should put the railings like this. So instead of having, you know, the gaps there and having one single bar going the whole way, to do it this way so there's 2. You've got more of like a stable platform for the zombies to run across, which makes a lot of sense to me. I'd much prefer to have something like this as the lootable floor, because this makes more sense to me. I mean, the wedges were good. I like them, but it's exploiting the AI of the zombies to rely on them to run along this instead of finding a way through, because the gap in there is the same as this. So I'd rather use something like this, which makes much more sense to my brain, even though my brain doesn't make much sense of anything, than rely on an AI gimmick to get it to work. So I'm going to try this out, and if this works, this might be the way to go, because this is the better way, I think. So before I actually test this with Arlene, we need to do the first things first, and that is make sure that I can actually loot a container through the bars. Alright, that's lovely. It catches it. That's nice. Didn't fall off the edge. And it totally works too. It totally works. So, oh, it gave me some good shit. I'll take that. Thank you very much. Right, so you can loot through the bars, which is the first thing and the most important thing. The next thing, the second most important thing, but I guess equally important, is can this actually work for zombie pathfinding? So please make your way across the bridge, Arlene, if you wouldn't mind. Go. Alright, what happens? Oh, look at that! Look at that, that's perfect! That worked absolutely. So did the drawbridge of death. Oh, I love it. That worked perfectly. That was perfect. You couldn't even ask for anything better. And what's better than the wedges? Fucking it all being symmetrical. I almost said symmetricality. Is symmetricality a word? I don't think it is, but fuck it, I'm gonna claim it. You know what's better than the wedges? Symmetricality. I am absolutely gonna use symmetricality as like a catchphrase of this channel from now on, because everything is always symmetrical. So symmetricality, I'm gonna put that on like on a wall somewhere. Somewhere around here, I'm gonna paint symmetricality so I never ever forget it. Anyway, so I reckon I'm probably going, like I'll admit I'm probably gonna end up using the railings, because that works absolutely perfectly. That is exactly what I need, and it's safe, it's secure. I mean, there's a bit of a hole here, but the zombies don't pathfind over there, so I'm pretty confident. But if that doesn't work, I'm going to need a backup. And if I'm not going to use the wedges, because they don't have symmetricality, there it is again, then I need to test some more stuff. And there's two more things I want to test, being the quarter blocks and the poles. So if you can make a path out of the poles, maybe that would, maybe we did centered poles, I'm not sure. STSC, is there centered poles? Yeah, I'll take the centered poles instead, because that makes more sense to me. And then the quarter blocks, which are also centered. So we should be able to make a pretty good path out of that, and hopefully be able to loot around them, and hopefully keep myself safe. I reckon the quarter blocks have a better shot at this. I figured I should probably show the poles just in case, but you can see why I didn't think it would work. This is the regular poles, not the centered. So like there's a big gap just to fall down here. That's more than the wedges, more than anything else. You've got what, like 6/8 of a block to get down there. That's not helpful at all. Is 6/8 a quarter? 6/8 is a quarter. Why did I say 6/8? What's wrong with me? Why did I even say that? It's not even a quarter. It's like 1/8. Or maybe even 1/6. I don't know. I'm getting into fractions, and seeing as I have to use a calculator for some pretty basic math half the time, I should probably not be talking about fractions. So I'm not even going to bother with them. I mean, they might work for a little bit, like a little bit of pathfinding, but as soon as you get a bit of a backlog for zombies, as soon as they start running into each other, they're going to spread out and immediately fall down and punch you in the dick with their zombified fists, and that is no fun. So I'm going to completely forego those ones and quickly just test out these ones. However, now that I'm looking at these, you have the same kind of problem. I mean, look at the gap in the middle. As if an Arlene's not going to squeeze her tight ass down. Tight up? Why am I talking about a zombie's ass as being tight? As if an Arlene isn't going to squeeze herself with no objectives either way. Oh, I feel a little seedy right now. Sorry, Arlene, for objectifying you in your afterlife like that. How dare I? Because that's one step below just like straight up wolf-listing her to get her attention. And ain't nobody doing that. That is not okay. But yeah, look at that. It's like, it's so much gap to squeeze through. Let's get some Arlenes out here anyway to just see how we go. Bunch of Arlenes. I'm gonna let's put myself all the way out here for the camera angle. I wish there was a way to have like a stationary camera I could just switch to, like have a hotkey and just be like, right, I want my cinematic camera. Boom! And just like place a camera somewhere that I can always use. All right, Arlene, please test this out for me. I'm not even gonna bother painting him. I mean, they use it. Nope, they didn't use it. Well, they did for a little bit, but then they went around the long way. So, like, yeah, as soon as they encounter any sort of obstacle, they immediately fall through and come around the other way. So, poles, either like centered or normal, no good for ready ones. Delete those. You know what's nice? Not having to do cleanup. Ah, thank you, poles, for being easy. You can see why I'm much more confident using the quarter blocks, because that just looks like a solution that will work. That looks like something that has potential. So let's get some Arlenes in here, but not get them excited just yet, and quickly just like look straight down and go loot. Thank you again to whoever told me I can spawn loot containers out of the entities menu, because oh my god, I was sick of waiting for the zombies to drop some. Jeez, I felt like an idiot when he told me that. Anyway, whatever. You learn some things a bit later than everyone else. Let's get some loot containers going. How does that look? Well, that went straight through. That makes it way... Okay, what about if I put one, like, right on top? Right there. Loot container, boom. Okay, so it still stays up, but, like, any sort of knock, and they're going to come down to you. That's fucking wicked. That's the best. Okay, well, I can definitely loot this one. That's nice and easy. I assume I can loot this one. Yes, you can. Look at that. Nice, Gary. Nice. Man, now I'm conflicted. If this works with Arlene, then I don't know what I want more. Do I want the railings, or do I want this? Which one's safer? I'm gonna have to do more testing, but in the meantime, let's go out here, set the camera, come back over to my little hidey hole, boop, just like that, get the gun out, and boom! Come on, Arlene, where are you gonna go? Straight across? Look, not even a blink of an eye. They were a bit congested, they still went straight across. That was perfect! Oh, I don't know. Which one's gonna be better? Before I go, I failed it last time, but I may as well try it this time. Make it to the water. Will the water protect me from dying, or will I break my legs on the edge again and ruin everything? Make the gap. Well, turns out, oh man, turns out water does not break your fall at all. I went straight through and immediately died. Maybe I need like a really big pool. I wonder how much, like how deep a dive pool you need to protect your legs. That is an experiment for another day, because now I need to go back, find my body, get all my shit, and continue on with my bloody, my loot-based version 2. I always get distracted by stuff every time. Why can't I just focus on one thing for 5 minutes? There's not enough room over here to build it next to the original loot base and the pool of death. I love this base. I say it every time I look at it. It just looks nice. It's functional. It's got the bloody screamer cage at the back for infinite hordes. It's just a good time. I'm a big fan of that base, but I can't build anything more over here because there's just not enough space. And if I build anything else, it's just going to get way too cluttered. So I'm probably just going to have to move over to the other side and build one here. I do need it to be pretty long as well, because what I'm going to do, it's going to be a very similar design, the long corridor. It's going to be the last, like, corridor of death kind of base that I build, because I've done it to death a little bit at this point. I mean, the water base is really cool. I love it. And then the loot base is going to serve its purpose, but after that, I'm not going to build any more corridor of death bases. What I am going to do is going to come over here, because remember way back when I was testing out all the defensive stuff, that I figured out how far a dart trap block actually fires. Because I want to know, because what I realized was the dart traps were killing the zombies on the entry ramp. So if I make sure that my railing is this long, then whatever zombies roll up are going to get nailed in the face with darty goodness, die, and drop their loot for me. So I can just hang out underneath, not have to worry so much about me killing the zombies, just worry about picking up the loot in case, you know, you don't want the XP, you just want the loot. So how far is this again? Actually, you know what? Let's do this the easy way. Let's just get some wood and go. No, that's the dev block. I don't need that. Get out of the way. Regular wood block and just go right. I'm starting at 500. Countdown from there. 1, 473. God, that goes way further than I thought. 27 blocks. Oh, that's not that bad. That's, I mean, as a length of a killing floor, that's actually pretty doable. I thought it was way longer. You stand here and look at it. It looks a long way, but it's probably not too dissimilar from the length of the killing pool over here. That's probably almost 27 blocks. It's just a little bit shorter, maybe. Maybe it's something about 20. I don't know. I could probably count it. Someone freeze frame that and count the blocks. Do it. Post a comment and let me know how many it is so I don't have to count it myself, because counting is hard for people like me. But anyway, whatever. Over here, let's get rid of all this grass. Still don't have the grass cutter mod. I did just see just then someone posted a comment saying that it is for Alpha 17. I haven't found it yet, so hopefully I'll have that installed by the next video I do, well, the next recording session that I do, because at the moment I have to punch all this fucking grass and I hate it. Just gonna use the trick that some legend taught me, copy block, so I don't have to like repaint this shit later. I did learn eventually you can use the paintbrush, or the dev paintbrush, I think it's just the dev paintbrush, might be the real paintbrush, I'm not sure, to copy a painted block so you don't have to like paint everything later. So that will save me a little bit of time. Although I realize now that that is not painted all the way around, which is going to annoy me. So get the texture and then paint all sides. Do that and then copy that block, and we're going to use that one instead. There we go. Okay, let's get building. Oh, I've still got the wood blocks in my inventory, so I know how far to go. I mean, yes, I left the wood blocks in my hotbar so that I knew how far to build the steel blocks out. Need to go to 473. I totally did that deliberately. It's like making a note of it. Anyway, 473 all the way out. I love it when I accidentally make my life easier. Like, previous Josh is not smart enough to make future Josh's life easier. Sometimes it just happens by accident, though. And then I love past Josh. All right, that is as far as it needs to go. So I need the dart traps to be there. You know what, let's just put these down here so I know where the dart traps go. Dart traps go there. They will reach here. So all through here needs to be lootability goodness. I've kept basically the same design that I've used previously over there, but a little bit more refinement just to make it look a little bit sleeker. I mean, I really like the look when you look at the water base from above, that it looks like it's moving forward. I mean, there's a couple of harsh edges, but for the most part, it's like it's moving from the right of screen to the left of screen. It looks bloody cool from the top, so I wanted to get that same kind of like sleek, like arrow, like streamline effect for this one. So I've kept things basically the same because it's just a Mark II of the base over there. Didn't have to redesign everything, just the actual panel. So I've got the wedge tip drawbridge over here, the same one I used up at the very top, but on either side. And I'm going to go around to the back of the dart traps instead of being in front of them like last time and accidentally shooting myself in the head all the time. I've got the dart traps right at the front. This is the maximum reach for them. Sure, I can get rid of these actually. I don't need these ones here anymore. Those can go. In fact, you know what? They can all go all the way right up to there. So I have maximum possibility of getting loot out of this. Get rid of those as well. Don't need those anymore. And then down here, I'm gonna have stairs going down this way to the looting channel underneath, so that then you can just sit under here, have the dart traps going, and loot all day long, and you've got maximum like area to take loot from. I feel like every time I remake this kind of base, I fall in love with it just a little bit more. I mean, I put this little thing at the end here to show that like you could build like your actual like living quarters of your base at the end. If you were like in survival, right, and you wanted to make this your actual base, this is where you'd build your house at the end here, because they're always going to come from this direction up through like the channel of death around the outside like two trailer park girls. Oh, that's the wrong kind of texture down there. I didn't want that at all. Yep, that one and that one. There we go. No one saw anything. Through the hatched drawbridges over here, which are nice and safe. And then you pretty much ride as rain. Really? There's another one down there. Stop doing that. So you can just have these here and you're protected all the way around. That's pretty much perfect. It looks cool. It looks sleek. There's a lot of distance here. A lot of killing is going to take place. This may well be a really good horde base as well as just a really good loot base. So now comes the moment of truth. We're putting in the railings. I'm still not completely sold. Like, I haven't tested it with dogs. The gaps on the side worry me a little bit if it gets congested, but I'm just going to put these in, go straight to a horde night, even though the horde night in this is going to be ridiculously harder than I'm probably expecting it to be, and see how this stands up. If this can stand up to, like, I'm level 300 to a late game stage horde night, then this is going to be the choice. I like it because it's got symmetricality. I like it because I can loot through it. I like it because I think it's going to work, but if it doesn't, I've always got the quarter blocks. Yeah, it gets a little bumpy when you run along the edge, so when it gets real congested in here, I'm worried they're going to push the zombies out to the side, and they're still going to fall through there. I don't know, though. I don't know if, like, a half a block width, like, they're not going to turn this way. Maybe, like, their orientation comes into effect, but if they run down the middle, they're going to be copping a face full of spikes, and that's going to be really good for me. I can sit down there and pick up all the loot. While I'm here, though, I need to quickly go both show you guys how it loads, but also go load all the no, it's not a spike, it's a dart. There we go, pack a bunch of darts, go over here. So to actually like load the dart traps is behind these doors on the stairs down to the looting trench. You can just look up and you can got all the dart traps here. Nice and perfect. Load all the ammo. I also need to quickly make some power somewhere, although there's a cavity underneath these stairs that I can put it in nice and easily. There we go. Get one more of those. And 1, 2, 3. Perfect. Oh, I reckon this is going to work. I reckon this is going to be the best one yet. Look at that. She's ready. She's ready for her first test run. Let's get a bunch of zombies out there we haven't tried before. Let's get... Okay, first of all, I need to remember, get some dogs, and then just behind them, we're going to get... well, I mean... Arlene's about the... I mean, you're not going to get skinnier than Arlene, are you? I mean, she's the smallest of the actual zombies. Let's get some bears as well. Zombie bears. Get a couple of those. And then, I mean, let's just get a couple of zombies as well. Female Fat Feral, Biker Feral, Arlene Feral, Joe Feral. Oh, because I don't have time to wait for them to wander over and make their way actually in to the base itself to get killed. So, before I do anything, though, I need to come over here. I need to turn on... There we go. Yep, it's shooting darts. Lovely, dovely. Alright, let's go all the way up to the top. The darts are shooting. Set my camera to be there. Go all the way down through the darts. Out. Don't mind me. Yeah, okay, I'm underneath. I'm going to stand over here because this is where I think it's going to all go down. And ready, set, go. Alright, here we go. The dogs are going to come up first. They're probably going to look at the bears. Wait. Oh, shit. Oh, I did something dumb. I did something real dumb. How did I not think of that? How did I not... I gave them a perfect ramp. Ah, Josh, you muppet. This is why we can't have nice things. It's killing the bears, though. That's nice. I've put some, like, anti-zombie climbing horns on the front of this thing, and now it just looks like a really wicked, like, railgun. Looks like a BFG 9000. I freaking love that. That looks bad. Okay, well, now that I've got that on there, we should be right to go. Turn on the darts, because I always forget to. Right, we're up the top. We've got to leave the camera here. There we go. All the way down, back into my little safety area, underneath the bars. Yep, we're good. Across to this end. Alright, let's try this again. Let's see how we go with this. Ready, set, come and give me some loot. Are you, yep, there we go. They're turned around. They're coming up. The dogs are coming up. And they start, yes, they start. What the fuck? What happened to that dog? He jumped and he went flying into the freaking moon. You can't hear anything because I'm too far away. Seems to be working pretty goddamn well, though. They're all cruising along the top. Yep, they're getting killed. No one's falling through. This is lovely. I'll try to make my way around a fucking... Oh, there's a bear coming in. Wait, did the bear come in or did the bear fall down the trap? Wait! What? No! No! Why? No! I was so excited. I thought this was gonna work. God, even the fat fuckers are falling down. Damn you, bear! You've ruined everything. I'm not gonna bother with the wedges right now because they don't have the symmetricality that the nice quarter blocks do. Look at this. This should be fine. Maybe that, maybe they'll fall down the center. It's the same kind of size gap that they had with the bars, but maybe, I don't know, maybe this is more stable. I don't know. Let's just, you know, I'm not going to go up to the vertical thing because I already know they're going to pathfind their way over here. Go! I've got a whole big pile of zombies out there waiting to go. Are you coming for me? Yep, there you are. Oh, there it is. You're going. Oh shit! Wait. Everyone stop. Everyone stop. You on. Okay, that's a bit better. I haven't put any barbed wire up there. I will get around to that at some other point once I figure out. No, they're falling through it. What the shit? Fucking god damn it! It's gonna have to be the wedges. I'm gonna lose my symmetricality. No. Alright, I've gone with the unsymmetrical wedges, much to my annoyance, but you know, if it works, it works. Got a big pile of zombies out here. Let's just sit under here and go, come and get me, please. Alright, hey, how are you guys gonna go? Yep, they're getting hit by no! What? The dogs come through. Everyone else is dead though. Why doesn't this work? I thought this was the safe option. This is the one I didn't want to use because it worked properly. We got bears and shit still running around out here. How has that failed? What have I done wrong? I'm taking a bit of a gamble and going back to the original idea of using these railings. However, they're now double layered. So the bottom ones, in fact, I'll see if I can show you. The bottom ones are just how they were before with the double pegs on the inside. But then I've also got another layer on top covering that small hole on the outside because that's where all the zombies were getting through. So now, I mean, the barbed wire doesn't seem to work so much anymore, which is a bit of a shame. It does if they jump or do anything. I mean, it's kind of pointless at this point, but I'm taking security over speed. I've got the darts over here to slow them down, and I've got protection from them actually coming to get me. So I'm safe as it is. I don't need the barbed wire other than just make them slow and easier to shoot, but I'm not shooting, so it's pretty okay. You destroyed some of my shit. You're not supposed to destroy stuff. I'm gonna put that back. No one ever noticed the difference. We are A-okay. Just quickly, just repair some of these. Definitely no damage. Right. So that should hopefully work. There's no more gaps for them to fall down. We should be okay. This should work a treat. The darts are on. The zombies are ready to go. I'm going to go down into my split little hole. I just realized as well that, like, this is going to be much better for me, actually, like, if I want to use this as an XP farm. You can actually see what's going on. Some of the other designs, the visibility kind of went away with it. So, go. Surely there's no gaps for you when he gets to fall down anymore. Nope, you're just gonna beat on shit. Nope, there we go. Oh, it's the bear. It's always the bear. The bears cause me problems. Okay, the dogs can come down. Fuck this bear off. Don't need that bear causing me problems. I mean, the bodies are coming through, but that's fine. Yeah, this is working perfectly. There's some loot. There's some loot. I got rid of the bears. Let's just say, fuck bears, okay? If you get some bears coming through, you've got more problems than your loot, okay? It's time to run for your life. But the darts have killed everyone, then I can just come down, grab my dropped loot, and that has worked perfectly. Let's just quickly try this with a horde before I call this a raging success if we just ignore the bears. You gotta have a caveat sometimes, you know? Sometimes you can't have a perfect base. Sometimes a bear's just gonna fuck your mouth. I've moved on to day 14 just to see how it handles a horde, and so far it's doing pretty well. I mean, I can sit down here and get as much XP as I want, but these guys are just getting rinsed as soon as I make it onto the bars. No one's fallen through. I think that was just a bear thing. I think the bears just break the physics of the game a little bit. Once a bear shows up, like, the boundaries of some of the blocks just gets taken away. So some of the other designs, bears actually worked, but this design is safe, it's secure, I don't have to worry about a thing, I can fuck these vultures off without having to worry about a sausage. Yeah, no, this is definitely the winning design. Who needs the barbed wire in when it got darts fucking shit up for you? This is perfect. Oh, there's some loot. Yes. Don't mind me while the Blood Moon Horde is going on, cracking on nicely. I'll just chill out under here and just continue to loot your bodies as soon as you die. Don't even freaking worry. I don't even need to shoot. I don't need to. The darts are good. fucking really good, and they're rinsing them for me. So you know what? Let's just take a moment to all just enjoy our time together, shall we? Let's just go up here. Let's just lock the camera about. Oh, that's a bit too far away. Right about there. Actually, just there. And I'm gonna go back into my hole and just watch you guys run and die in my darts all day long. This is as perfect. Oh, this is so good. I love this. Of the bases I've made, the death hallway base I made, the water base, the first loot base, and now this one is my favorite. I tend to make all my most recent bases my favorite, but this one works so well. It's so pretty. It's what was the word? Symmetricized? I don't even know. Whatever that word was, I have to look it up later. I fucking love this. Well, you know what, guys? As we sit here and watch all the zombies get fucked up every way from Sunday, this is so good. This is handling a pretty considerable sized horde. And even if they get through the darts, they ain't gonna do any damage to me because I'll fall down and come around to go through again. So I will sit under here and wait for my loot to spawn, and so I can raid as much loot as I can while the horde is still cracking on and dying. Oh man, this base works so freaking well. So I'll have to come back and build some more cool shit in another episode of 7 Days to Die, because this episode is done. So thank you guys for watching. Most of all, thank you to all the patrons of Patreon who made this episode possible. If you like to make sure the like button down below and subscribe to this channel. Follow me on Twitter, but don't talk to you there first. I'll see you in the next episode. Have a good one.